Hello and welcome back to Angular 2 Masterclass with Alejandro Rangel. In this section, we will make the Weather API. This means that we will create a service, and this service will take care of retrieving the weather data and return this to any consumer that is using this service. In our case, the app component will use this weather service for retrieving the weather. So at the end of this exercise, we won't have more fake data. Okay, so let's start with this. So our goal is to implement a service for getting the weather data. We will create an Angular 2 service, then we will inject the weather service in our component, and then we will get the weather data from the service. So we need to create a weather.service.ts file, and this file, the first part, is super important. So if you remember from the services video, we have to import injectable from Angular 2 core library. So this means basically that we can inject more services to this service. So this is important. We can use dependency injection. We use the decorator to tell Angular about dependency injection. And then it's just a normal class with several functions. And in this case, we will move the functions that we have in the app component, and we will paste this in this service. Then in the app component, we will import the weather service. We will tell to the component that one of our providers is a weather service. This is the way that the dependency injection works. This is super important too. We have to tell to our class to receive the weather service as a parameter in the constructor. Angular will take care of inject this value. And this is a flow that will happen. Yes, and then we can use the weather service in our methods like this.weatherService.getWeather, and we pass the city. Yep. So before going to the real API, let's code a little bit. Let's go to this example. I will wait a second. Yeah, I think I have make a mistake here. So you can see all the material that I have already planned to launch. So sorry. Yeah, I closed this by mistake. I want to make it smaller and put it in another window. Perfect. So here we are. Wait a second. I want to be sure we are on track. Yes, perfect. So here we are. Let's create first the weather.service.ts. So this is our service. As we said, we'll have to import injectable from Angular 2, the core library. Also, we want to import the weather from this folder weather. So with this is enough. We have to use, remember, the decorator injectable. This is a convention, and then we export our class weather service. So this is a way that we define a service in Angular 2. And now what do we want to do inside this weather service? We want to expose this. So we have, this is going to be our API. So from weather service, we can use get weather. We pass the city, and as we expected. From here, we need a little bit of refactoring because this is a mistake now. So let's forget about the errors right now. Okay, we don't need this anymore. We will take care of the errors when we connect to the real API. Okay, we are here. So next step, we want to import weather service from this folder, weather service. We have to tell Angular that one of our providers is going to be the weather service. Look. Don't forget this, that is easy to forget. We have the weather service. I love the autocomplete with JavaScript. This is something that if you are used to work with JavaScript, like pure JavaScript, you don't use it so often. So here we have, so Angular will inject this, so we don't have to do new or something like this here. Remember, dependency injection, Angular will take care of doing this for you. Yeah, you never ever have to do this if you are using dependency injection. That's why we have all this part of importing, then provider, and then saying here that it's going to be injected. Okay, so this is not needed. And now we can do something here like var weather. I'm going to type it again. So here you have is weather service. Yeah, autocomplete is not working, not sure. It should be there actually. Yes. Okay, we come to a point really interesting. Yes, so this is from the first class. If you remember about the fat arrow, here we have a problem. We are defining @city as a function, yes, so we are using function, but this here, it's a problem in our code because this doesn't refer to anything, so we should do something like going like this. Now we are taking the advantage of the syntax of TypeScript, and now we have, let's do it again, this dot get weather service, get weather, we pass the city, so we can forget about this line. Yep, and let's do it like this. So it sounds good, right? I will remove this space. Let's try it. Okay, so here we are. Let's first check if we have any error. So there's no problems at all. Okay, so we type London. We have London. We type Vienna. We have Vienna. We type something else. We don't have anything. Remember, we are not returning any error, but I would like to show you. Okay, so in app we have the weather service, and we can put a breakpoint here just to prove the point. We'll check again London. So once we call the function, it's here city, yeah, and then we can continue with the execution. So that's the way that we create services in Angular 2. They are super useful, super easy to write. It's just a normal class. Where was it? Here. It's just a normal class with the injectable. This actually was not needed here. This is to tell Angular that we can inject also in this weather service other services, but it's a convention that Angular 2 team suggests to use it always, to put it in all your services. So if at some point you have to inject another service, you won't forget about this. So it's pretty straightforward. But anyway, the important part is that this is just a normal class, and we can call this from here. Okay, so in the next session we will implement the real API for getting the weather from this page, openweathermap.org. Okay, so see you in the next video.